Okay, let's get this party started. Well, it's not really a party, but it is a new video. It's a new setup. It's a new microphone because I'm using a headset. And it's a new camera, which I will show you at the end what I'm using. So stay tuned for that at the end. That just took me forever too to get this set up. I tried different angles, different setups in the office, different platforms for the view that I want, different angles, different backgrounds. I think I just spent like over an hour just trying to figure that out. So what you're here for really is to hear about these 7 steps that can help you get laser focused on your marketing strategy. So let's go ahead and get started. In today's video, I'm going to talk about these 7 steps that you need to take in order to create a laser-focused approach to a phenomenal marketing strategy. If that sounds of interest, then stick with me. Let's get to it. Marketing, in particular digital marketing, is increasingly important, and more people are actually online, not only marketing their brand, but just being present with their brand or for their company if they work for someone else. What's really important is to have a baseline infrastructure in place that everybody's working from. Even if you're a one-person entrepreneur and you're running your own business, you're wearing multiple hats and doing everything yourself, you need to have a basic foundation that's solid in which you can create a not only laser-focused approach, but it's built on a solid foundation of knowing what your business goals are, who the competitors are, what your unique differentiators are, and what content that you need to present to your ideal customers through their customer journey when they're ready, but also to help them along that process until they decide to buy from you. I talk about all those things in my course, Create Clarity for Marketing Success. And some of those I'm actually going to review in today's video. So let's go ahead and get to that first step, which is defining your company goals. You can market all day long, but if you don't know why you're marketing or who you're marketing to or what you should be marketing, then you're really taking that what I call willy-nilly approach in creating messaging that may or may not resonate with someone or no one. So what you need to do is to make sure that you have business goals in place so that your marketing strategies, everything that you're doing, from developing a strategy for launching an online course or just posting on social media, you're doing everything with purpose. And having a purpose is tying it back to your business goals. So you definitely need to have your business goals outlined and have those in place for all of the other steps in your marketing strategy. So you're working with a solid plan, and that's helping create your clear direction to move forward and achieve those goals. Now, if you're just starting out or you're a smaller company, have at least 3 business goals that you're working towards throughout the year. And obviously the strategies and the tactics that you're doing along the way are going to change depending on your performance and your time and your budgets and the responsiveness of the people that you're marketing to. The second step you'll need for a laser-focused approach to creating your marketing strategy is to understand who your top 2 to 3 competitors are. Not just knowing who they are, but actually research them and understand what their strengths and weaknesses are. Why do your ideal customers choose them versus the other competition or you? When you can identify and map out what those characteristics are, the products, the services, the engagement on social media, the responsiveness that their representatives have with their ideal customers if questions are asked. There's all kinds of things that you can do to research the effectiveness of other people in your space and understand what they do to attract and then draw in the ideal customers. But then ultimately how that's going to help you is it's going to help you identify if there's a gap in the market, if there's a unique way that you can communicate with them on maybe a new or different platform than the competition is. But then also you're going to understand what your ideal customers are responding to, if they're responding to anything. And that information is extremely valuable in helping you understand not only what your unique differentiators are, but also it helps you define what your messaging is and where you need to be creating and posting your content online to attract and engage and help them motivate or help them navigate their way through the customer journey when and where they are. The third step you need to take in order to have a laser focused approach to creating your marketing strategy is to understand who your ideal customers are. So you need to identify and research and understand at an emotional level who these people are who are most likely going to be attracted to your brand, and then also who are going to be most likely to do business with you. The best way to do that is to do some research. And once you've gone through that process and understand who they are, what they need, what their biggest pain points are, what their biggest struggles are, and also how do they look at success? How do they celebrate things? There's all kinds of different ways that you can approach and define your ideal customers. But the most important thing that you can do in your business, besides having business goals, is to understand who your ideal customer is. Once you have that person identified and you know what the emotional triggers are that are going to help them take action and respond to different types of messaging and on different platforms, that's what's going to be really key to you developing a phenomenal and action-packed, results-driven content marketing strategy that aligns with your business goals and ultimately is going to help you achieve those goals throughout the year. The fourth step you need to take in order to create a laser focused approach for your marketing strategy is to develop your content strategy. I just mentioned that in number 3, and that you can spend a lot of time really developing and understanding who your ideal customers are, where they spend time, and now developing the type of content that's really going to attract their attention, and that based on pain points, and then what's going to help them navigate that process through know, like, trust, and then ultimately to buy from you. So you want to look at going back to the competition and then understanding who your ideal customers are. Where are they spending the most time online? Where are they engaging the most? What are they responding to the most? When you have that information, you're able to develop the best strategies for your business and for your ideal customers, because they can see how relevant you are and how you can relate to them and the struggles that they're going through. And even more important is that you've got the solutions that are not only identifying what the problem is, but you're helping them solve those particular problems in a way that resonates with them and ultimately is going to help them sleep at night and take that next step in their business to achieving their business goals. So when you're building your content strategy, you'll want to know what those different platforms are that they're spending time. Is it podcasting? Is it video? Is it social media like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn? Are they responding to emails? Are they reading particular books? Understanding that type of content or that type of research of your ideal customers, then that gives you information, and information is power, right? With that information, now you can research what is the commonalities, what are the common key factors in that type of content on that platform. Are there certain hashtags that they're using? Are there certain people that they're following? Are there certain keywords that are driving traffic to a book that's on Amazon? So knowing those pieces, then you can back into how you can better attract and connect with those ideal customers. Including that in your content strategy, which is a part of your marketing strategy, really is the key factor in connecting the dots between you, the brand, and your customers. So you want to make sure that you have that right. Do the research, invest the time, the resources, whatever you need to do in order to have that information, so you are starting off with that solid foundation, a clear direction to move forward. The fifth step in creating a laser focused approach to developing your marketing strategy is understanding the channels in which your ideal customers are spending time. So these channels or platforms all have different roles. Although these are considered social media channels like Pinterest and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all the other ones, they're all grouped together as social media, but they each have their own set of rules and frequency in which you post and what you can and can't do. So what you would do on Twitter, you're going to do differently on LinkedIn, and understanding the different platforms and how they run and the way the algorithms play in your favor or against you, depending on how you're posting, is really going to help you not only reach and connect with your ideal customers, but it's going to ensure the duration of your content as well. The sixth step to creating a laser focused approach to your marketing strategy is to have key performance indicators, or KPIs, and benchmarks that you're constantly monitoring and measuring throughout the year. So a KPI is a measure of tracking your success, and it's ultimately a data point or something that you're constantly striving for, thus key performance indicator. And it's associated to the different tactics and actions that you're taking in your business to achieve those business goals. So if you are looking at your email rate and you want to know that the open rate is a critical success factor for you, if that's one of your methods and your platforms for communicating and engaging with your ideal customers, then looking at your open rate is going to be a key performance indicator for you and your business. And you need to establish a benchmark associated with that. So is it going to be 15% or is it going to be 30%? Whatever that number is, then you have that defined, and then you're constantly measuring it to make sure that you're meeting that critical success factor or key performance indicator. So having those in place are actually going to help you better understand if, one, you've got your right ideal customers identified, two, if you're creating the right messaging, three, on the right platform, and then four, if your engagement with those individuals is actually working. So understanding all those different points of success, essentially your KPIs, is what's going to help you determine what you're doing well, what you might need to tweak, and what you should probably stop doing. So make sure that you have those in place with your business as well. The seventh and last step to creating a laser focused marketing strategy is to evaluate and adjust as needed. Now, with digital marketing especially, we have the power and we have the flexibility to make changes to something that may not be working, right? It's a lot easier with digital marketing than it is with traditional marketing like billboards or commercials or anything in print advertising. So we can take advantage of the fact that we have this flexibility to make decisions on the spot and pivot or modify if we need to. Now, that's why it's so important to have your KPIs and your business goals and your strategies set up for your ideal customers, because you need to understand what's working, what's not, so that you can make those changes along the way. So if you started a program and it's just not working, you're not getting the results that you want to, with digital marketing, you have that flexibility to say, you know what, I think I'm going to pause this for right now. I think I'm going to put it on hold, and I'm going to reevaluate, I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to make changes that I need to in order to make this a better program or a better action or a better strategy to trying to achieve this particular goal. So take advantage of the flexibility and the power that you have access to through the online or digital marketing capabilities, so that you can make sure that you're making the right decisions in your business to achieve the business goals that you established. We know that it can be very easy and almost a lean into to focus on the day-to-day activities. It feels good to get things done, right? And if that's what energizes you, that's great. And it's good to have people like that in place that are actually going to make things happen. Instead of just being the idea person or the strategy person, having that person that's actually going to get it done is also extremely important to the success of your business. The thing is that you can't always operate in that mode, right? So you do need to take a step back sometimes and evaluate, are these strategies working? If not, what changes do we need to make to those? Do we have the right business goals in place? How did these business goals perform last year compared to this year? What changes do we need to make? And know that you can have that flexibility in your business to change goals or to change strategies, and obviously to change tactics that you're taking in order to achieve particular goals. You are in full control of that, my friend. So take advantage of that as much as you need to and make what works best for you happen. But the thing is to at least have a plan, have a clear direction, and take action in order to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Your marketing strategy is a critical piece of your business and connecting the dots between you, your brand, and the customers. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to hit subscribe and that bell notification, as well as the like. I should have done that the other way. I did mention at the beginning of the video that I would let you know at the end of the video what camera I'm using. And I'm happy to report that my hubby Tom was so generous that he bought me not a camera, but a brand new phone with a great camera. It's the Samsung S21 and it has got a phenomenal camera on it. A lot of different features and technologies that were not available in my S9. Now they did skip a bunch of numbers in between there, so don't think I'm using a phone from like 20 years ago. But it's I'm using this for the first time, and I have a ring light now, and I'm using my phone in a stand, which I guess I could show you. I'm using this setup, and I have my phone in this stand right here, facing the other direction, obviously, so that I could get a different view instead of, I've just been using my laptop camera in the past, which is right there, and I wanted to try something different. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate it, and until next time, make today great.